Isaiah chapter 49, verse 22. Hallelujah.
Let me get it with you there, Chief. My apologies. Make sure that's the first one I want. Sometimes when you're, what did I say?
Isaiah 49, 22.
49 and 22. Okay.
Hallelujah. Thus saith Jehovah God, behold, I will lift up my hand to the nations.
Now, we know that God doesn't have a hand. Because that would be quite a hand, wouldn't it? Am I right or wrong?
That's right.
But we know we use physical attributes to
Right.
describe Yah,
Right.
so that you can understand it on a human level. Absolutely, Nasi. Therefore, you hear sayings like, he walks with me. You follow what I'm saying? But you can't imagine a foot like that now. You follow what I'm saying? That when he said the heavens of the heavens of the heavens, come on with it. Then we know that we're not talking about a hand or a foot that way. But we know that this great and mighty Yah is swearing unto himself here. When you raise up your hand, you're doing what? Swearing an oath. So this same God who has sworn that he will not lie, you follow what I'm saying? He's now swearing to himself. He said, before I lie, I'll cause myself to go out of existence, because he's incapable of it. He's incapable of lying. Am I right or wrong? Mm-hmm.
Says, and set up mine ensign to the people.
Set up my standard to the peoples. You follow what I'm saying? He has declared that out of all this chaos in the earth, he's going to raise up his standard. You're going to stop wearing your hat backwards. You're going to stop walking around looking like a fool. You follow what I'm saying? You're going to stop treating each other like fools treat one another. Yah Yisrael has said he's going to set up a standard, and that's what you're doing here today. His standard. We don't worship on their days. We don't adhere to the tenets and the doctrines of their religions, because we don't have one. We have a way we have been commanded. Am I right or wrong? We don't have, when they ask you what's your religion, don't get hung up in that. I don't have a religion. I have a way of life, a way I've been commanded to live, and the way I've been commanded to live, if I want 7 virgins, I better get me some money, because I'm not blowing myself up to give them. You follow what I'm saying? What kind of doctrine would promise you 7 virgins in a spiritual world? You can't hug them, you can't kiss them, they'll remain virgins forever. So you ain't looked at this like that. You follow what I'm saying? So therefore, men have to come down. See, I don't come up. I have to come down.
That's right.
You follow what I'm saying? Jacob, our father, saw an image of a ladder. Am I right or wrong?
That's right.
It said messengers were coming up and down the ladder, ascending and descending. Well, I ascended up to come down. I had to go, and as Prince Yaacov said, make a change. He had to make a change. Your great chief of chiefs here had to make a change. These men did this for you. They had to first change themselves, am I right, to change you. Now it's your job. It is infringing on you to go change others. We can't, this is it. We're through with this. Look at us. Am I right or wrong? We got out here and did our job for the next year. There's nowhere in the world. The address is supposed to be 297 Saratoga, is it? Not if we get out here and do our job. Am I right or wrong? Aren't you all grateful that you're here and know who Yah Yisrael is? Well, one way to show your gratitude is to get out there and do what then? Bring somebody else and make them grateful. Am I right? Redeem us. So we find that he said he shall set up his standard to the peoples. We've got to set up this standard. Why do you wear your zetas? Conduct monitors. It reminds you that you're supposed to have a certain conduct. Am I right or wrong? When you're out there in the street. You ain't got no business out there talking like the other people, nor doing all the things that the other people are doing. There are some things that we haven't gotten away from or gotten rid of in our life. You do it among your own. You follow what I'm saying? Until you get, this is a process. It's, Yah Yisrael say, I will do what? Correct you in measures. And he will give you discretion as to know when and how to do it. You follow what I'm saying? So you're still tied into doing some of the things you do in the street. You know what I'm talking about. I don't have to bring everything out. Right. But do it among those of you that still do it. And don't let the people see you out still doing it. Am I right or wrong? Cain?
Cain.
I heard a couple of people. Okay. So he's going to set up his standard. And they shall what?
And they shall bring thy sons in their bosom, and thy daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders.
The weight of you is on our shoulders. Until what? You learn what you need to learn. Then the weight becomes, where does the weight now fall? Back on your shoulders. See, that's the way this goes. This thing of they destroying one person and a movement is stopped is over. We're all tied into this movement here. You follow what I'm saying? Ain't no kill the head and the body must die. You follow what I'm saying? We're all the head because we shall become a nation of what? What was the jobs of the priests? To redeem the people again. So you're redeemers. Obadiah said redeemers, plural, shall rise up on Mount Zion. Am I right or wrong? Not one, but each and every one of you. Back to my thing, 7 billion people. And the Yah of the heavens and earth has chosen you. Now you hear me constantly use the term Yah because I try and use the safest term. Teaching over the years and getting with other Israelites, as Prince said, we need a conference table everywhere we're at because no one person knows it all. Yah is the safest word. We find Yah in Psalms. Am I right or wrong? You follow what I'm saying? They couldn't destroy all the things that, you follow what I'm saying? And also in Hallelujah, Yah, what I'm saying? So you hear me say Yah, so you Yah Yisrael. I don't say Yah Shal Yisrael, Yah of Israel, because it's understood. Okay? Maybeam? Okay. But that's where you want to also get to where you use Yah more so than you do an English word, as you also want to do in most of your vocabulary. If you can begin to say Yom Rishon, Yom Sheni, Yom Shalishi, Yom Revi, you follow what I'm saying? That's better than saying Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because each one of those are the name of a God. And we know we've been commanded, but Satan is a powerful adversary. And he constructed his world where you have to say, I'll meet you Tuesday. You follow what I'm saying? What month is this? January the so-and-so. You follow what I'm saying? And you know Janice. You all know your histories. I know your teachers. You follow what I'm saying? So I know you know. I don't care if you haven't put them to memory. I know you've been taught them. You follow what I'm saying? I can come to Shema Yisrael and tell you, because, well, I'm Shema Yisrael. I'm a part of the body here. Okay? So I know what you've had. You can't slide up to me later on and, you know, Chief, they haven't been teaching me that. No, you missed some services. You know. You don't even go by certain people's house and talk because they talk about this when they're at home. Am I right or wrong? Right. See, so please don't try it. You know, I used to be real rough. I'm not as rough anymore, but I'm rough on anybody trying to slide up on me and, you know, try and make me think anything against Shema Yisrael. So, letting you know, responsibility there then, isn't it? Falls on our shoulders, then it falls where? On your shoulders. It is infringed upon you to go out here and to begin to teach others who you are. You've got to teach others about your diet. Now, we know we're in the midst of things where some disagree on what you should eat and what you shouldn't eat and whatnot. I'm just telling you about me. I'm not telling you to go home today and tell me out your cabinet. I'm moving to a vegan diet. On what they're doing to food makes me know that I've got to get away from a lot of the things I was eating. They're putting so many chemicals into everything. GE foods, genetically engineered food, GMO foods, genetically modified. Follow what I'm saying? And Monsanto and all these different countries that control the food chain and the food industry out here. They're experimenting with things. There are 2,000 chemical products that are involved in your home, either in your food or in your stuff that you use to clean up your house or whatever, that are not approved. 2,000 of them come out every year. They don't even have to be approved. They don't even have to show that they do damage or whatever. You follow what I'm saying? And they just put them out on the market. You'll be surprised what you'll find in that taste, what they call it, a dollar, big and tasty. Hey, you know your people. A dollar, are you kidding me? They in the line, give me 4. Talking about what they ain't got no business eating. Let's be real here. Israel is real. We know our people. Give me 4 big and tasties. You follow what I'm saying? And that's the way they're going to look at it. But then turn around and say, I don't put cheap gas in my car. But he put a dollar burger in his stomach. But in his car, no, I only use the best. You follow what I'm saying? You know, give me 96. You know, I don't care if it is $2 a gallon. But for the food that you need to burn, you follow what I'm saying? Big and tasty sound good to me. You follow? A chemical truck fell over in Chicago on the Dan Ryan Expressway. And the alderman in my area, Sister Arenda Troutman, she's an Israelite. And she called to see was it in her area. And therefore make sure that the proper people were alerted to evacuate the people if need be or whatever. You follow what I'm saying? Beauty of having one of your sisters, you're on top of it. The other alderman didn't even make the call. It was in her district. See, but it was on the border of our sister's district. And she wanted to know what was in that truck. So they told her, Arenda Troutman, and her father was an Israelite as well. So she made them send her a list of the chemicals and what they were used for. And you found that these chemicals were in a lot of your different drinks. They were in a lot of your different foods, a lot of things you use to clean your home. But they were definitely in your Egg McMuffin and your Big and Tasty. Chemicals that were used in chemical ways. You thinking they taking them to get rid of them, they taking them to a plant where they break them down and use what they call minute parts. But if you keep taking it every day, it's building up in you. It's been proven that a woman killed her husband by giving him a little arsenic every day. You follow what I'm saying? So it will build up in you. You follow what I'm saying? So a lot of us are unhealthy today from what we ate 30 years ago. And I wish I had this knowledge 30 years ago when I was bragging about just kosher. You follow what I'm saying? So it's right now, it's a choice, but in the future you're going to find that it's a choice you're going to have to make. You're going to have to get away from this chemicalized food. One of the things that they put in meat, I believe I brought this lesson a few years ago, it's a growth hormone. And since the hormone doesn't die when the animal dies, you follow what I'm saying? It's in the animal. When you eat the animal, you're eating the hormone. So therefore, your daughter looks like she's 22 when she's not but 12. And first thing you say is, they hormones out of whack. You heard people say that. Am I right or wrong? Her hormones out of whack. That's why you got these big old 13, 14-year-olds make you have to step out in the street to come down the sidewalk. You got these big old fat boys growing up with breasts. You follow what I'm saying? Your daughters are menstruating at 9 years old because everything is out of whack. So it says we will be gifted and blessed with the power of discernment. You can continue on that way. You follow what I'm saying? But I'm just saying down the road, it's going to consume you. We're hung up on taste buds. We got to educate our taste buds to love the things that are good for us. See, Satan, master of deception. What is deception? The ability to do what? Make a lie appear to be the truth. So in all things they do, they use deception. Advertisement, billboards, radios, television commercials, it's in the music, it's in the jingles. And you look up, you fighting with your children over what you should feed them. But then he's the master of deception in the educational systems. They educate your children about free choice. When did that ever happen? They are taught to honor their father and their mother because you stand in God's stead as parents. You are in God's stead to correct them, to guide them, to nourish them, to bring them up in the right and proper manner. But Satan, he done gave them a hotline. You be coming in the door and it's two big old guards waiting to take you to jail. Because why? You corrected your child. My mother would have whooped the guards. Talking about I whooped his butt. I'm thinking, if you don't get up out my house, I'm going to whoop y'all. You follow what I'm saying? But we have got to, in time to come, mothers are going to have to stand up. I don't care if you have to go to jail. You're going to have to, well, take me to jail. Let's see who take care of them then. When enough mothers start doing that, you'll see them repeal that ridiculous law. See, but somebody got to stand up in all generations. Who are the ones that are willing to stand for y'all today? Okay. That was 49. Okay. So he talks about setting up a standard, 62 and 10.
Isaiah
Same
62,
okay.
verse 10. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Everyone has it?
Okay.
Go through the gates. Clear ye the way of the people. Cast up the highway. Gather out the stones. Lift up an ensign over the peoples.
Lift up a standard for the peoples. Go through and look through your communities. You don't have to cast down the stones. All the houses tore down already. But go through and look at the standards that have been leading our people. And you tell me it's not time for a change?
Yes, it is.
You follow what I'm saying? God has got to raise up some. See, God doesn't do anything of himself. He said, I will do nothing except reveal it to who? My servants. Said, never mind, it wasn't just the prophets. It was whoever he raised up, his servants. That's the key words. That's you. That's inclusive of all of us. So that when we're raised up, we're not like other people. See, I don't know what a theological seminary looks like. But I know what I do to people that come out of them. You follow what I'm saying? See, and that's where you got to be, you follow what I'm saying? Theories are soap bubbles that grown-up men of intellect use to amuse themselves while the ignorant stand on and make like they know what the people are talking about. So they go from one theory to another one on you and keep you all confused. And you don't want to come out and say, well, why don't you break down what you said where I can understand it?
No truth.
You're too proud to say that.
There's no truth.
So you stand on and make like you know what they're talking about. But we believe in breaking things down to the lowest denominator, where you must leave. If a person comes speaking the truth, you're not supposed to leave confused. Because truth is what? Verifiable. See, the things that are true can be proven, and that's what you must know. So it's now time, we're in the age of challenge, where the sons of light, the children of Israel, must begin to do battle with all the sons of darkness. And we must do this by raising up a standard. And once we raise a standard, we can't lower it just because somebody's cool with us, just because it's your friend, because it's your cousin, because they're some kin to you. The standard, the bar can only go up. The bar can never come back down. Am I right or wrong? See, so I'd like to just go, I wish we had a blackboard, and just look at the power of words. Am I boring anybody? No. Okay. You know, I'll leave whenever, you know, you're ready for me to go. But you got to prove to me in truth that I got to go. Other than that, I ain't going nowhere. Let's look at some words. Be lie. We know what a lie is, right? Real simple definition for a lie is what? Untruth. Okay. Now, be lie. My brother, what is be lie? See, he can learn. I love him. He can learn. As long as you sit there and me like you know you're nothing but a dummy. Be lie. Young brother, just take a crack at it. I don't care if you don't know. You're here to learn. Am I right or wrong? What do you think it means to belie someone? Yeah. Okay. Sister right here. What? No, turn it. Belie. Don't worry about it. I ain't here to embarrass you. I'm your brother. Okay. No, I said sister in the white. Not you, Nasika. Not you, Nasika. I'm on the way back to you. I already know you're a hard shoe as they come. Trust me, I'm not worried about you. That's why I passed you. Okay, no idea? Words you've heard, though, haven't you? Belie. Okay, sister in the turban here. Orange turban, whatever. Your head just turned both ways. Okay. To belie. Okay, what scholar want to take a nab at it? I'm not talking to you, but now. Who? To be deceived. It would be on the reverse of that, though. Not to be deceived, but to deceive. Okay. All that. Okay, excellent, excellent. Now, all right? To belie, to misrepresent, to show to be false, or to contradict. So, belie. Words, power of words. You follow what I'm saying? They use one little word on you in a sentence. Belie, and it throw you so far off because you don't know what they're saying. But main thing is just follow along with me. This is a lesson today, all right? Belie. Let's take that same word. How do we spell belie, everybody? Some people are shamefaced it out. They're going to B-L-I. Scared they can't. B-E-L-I-E. Belie. Now let's add an F to it. See, Chief ain't too hard on you after all this. They starting to get an idea. All right? Belief. Right? Here I go again. What's a belief? Right here, young man. Beautiful smile, handsome young man. Stand up when you're talking with the chief, though. I don't know why I let the other one sit down. Say that again. What's the first word? Something. Feel. Okay, feel. Okay, I have to get these New York brogues. That's, you know, some of them are mixed with a little island and. Okay. What about the sister here? Right here. Okay. Something that you understand to be true. Okay. Belief. Belief. Excellent. What about you, young man? No, you went to believe, so right here, young man. Okay. See, I don't mind you. Follow what I'm saying? Not you, Moray. Nice try. Slid in, tried to make me think he was just somebody inconspicuous in the crowd. Belief, an opinion. But how many times have you heard somebody talk about their belief like it was a fact? Am I right or wrong? I mean, like it's the truth. Cain, friend. You hear me? They stand up and their conviction be so hard that if you're not strong as an Israelite, you scared to challenge them. That's why it's the way they said it. And it's nothing no more than an opinion. A conviction of something believed. Confidence in something that is not scrutinized, nor stands up to rigorous truth. So it means some they haven't even checked out. But they standing there bringing it to you like, this is it. Right. But it can't stand up to scrutiny. What does it mean to scrutinize something? Check it out. There you go. Now I'm starting to get a little more confidence now. Say, well, what kind of Shabbat service is this? I thought we were just supposed to listen. No. If it can't stand up to scrutiny or rigorous truth, meaning hard investigation. How many of us came out of these religions and all we had to do was what? Believe. All you had to do was believe. That's all they still have to do. Because religion coming from the Latin word regalado, which is a holdback. This is why most of them preach off of a pulpit. Because they pull you into the same pit with them. You follow what I'm saying? You follow what I'm saying? Christians in trouble after today. I see this now. I'm going to ask Chief Nathalie when he say a prayer at the end of the day that his children don't go out of here and just create mayhem everywhere. It's just for your edification, but it's also your weapons. Doesn't stand up. So we look and we find most beliefs have not been scrutinized. We don't check them out to see if they stand up to truth. Nobody even challenges them. A person tell you what they are and you just listen to them and you don't even challenge them. But every time you open your mouth, they challenging you. How do you know that's true? How can you prove you're an Israelite? Well, why don't you have the right to do the same thing? Am I right? So today is the day we need Gibborim today. We need champions. We need heroes to stand up and go out here and do this work. We don't need nobody shy and bashful. That's all right while you're trying to get a man or a woman. You know, you on your best behavior and playing like you all shy. Until you get hooked up, that's when they find, oh, my word.
See the real monster. See the true you.
So, but that's what time it is. It's time for us to challenge. It's time for us to stop being the children of Israel. That's not a nice name. See that little attachment to children of Israel? You've been so proud of it. Well, when you gonna grow up? Ain't you tired of getting whooped? You whoop children. That's why we constantly getting whooped. It is time for the men and women of the nation of Israel to challenge all other kingdoms. I don't care what their doctrine is. We got to challenge it. And you can't challenge it if you don't know it. Am I right or wrong? So you're going to have to be scholars. The days of the Israelite who just came along with inspiration and this and that, those days are over. You young chiefs and princes, you're going to have to be the message that you bring. Study and show yourselves approved. Right. Am I right or wrong? That's right. That you may be a like workman, separating truth from the lie.
That's right.
That's what time it is today.
Break it down, Chief.
There are no more free-floating titles.
Talk about
you say you're a chief or a prince, you got to be the message that you bring. You can't get caught deceiving. You can't get caught lying. Am I right or wrong? That's the standard has been raised, and it cannot go down. Absolutely. So therefore, we find that religion is what then?
Man-made.
Unverifiable. Am I right?
That's right.
Because it's nothing but a belief, a religious tenet, an alleged fact, or an alleged body of facts, supposed to be truth. But if it's just alleged, somebody got to check it out. Am I right or wrong?
Somebody's lying.
Absolutely. So you'll know who's lying.
Uh-huh.
How are you going to know who's lying unless you check it out? They check you out from top to bottom. I don't care what state you live in. You think they're not listening to you if you want to.
Every day.
I'm going to show you that they're listening to you and watching you.
They'll tell you you're wrong. Say you when you doing something wrong.
See, which one of y'all did a violent act and been in jail in the last year? Well, very few, right?